For this lesson, we're going to learn how to write an equation of a line in yet a different form. We are going to learn point-slope form. So far, we have learned standard form. That is ax plus by equals c. There were a lot of rules for a. A has to be a whole number. It may not be negative. You may not have decimals, fractions in for A, B, or C. We also have been looking at slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. With standard form, you can find the x and y intercepts fairly easy. You just would substitute 0 in for x to find the y-intercept. You put 0 in for y to find the x-intercept. Slope-intercept form, that's when you know the slope, the rate of change, the unit rate, and the beginning point. Now, I will be giving you a point, and by a point we mean an ordered pair, and the slope, m. The equation for point-slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. The x1 and y1 are a given ordered pair on a line. M is your slope, the rate of change, the unit rate. So we are going to look at example 1. They want us to write it in point-slope form. So I have a line that passes through that ordered pair with a slope of -3/2. You will leave the y minus the y from the ordered pair. Oh, yep, that's right. The slope times x minus the x in the ordered pair. Now, I do not want to see two signs. It becomes confusing. So y minus 0 equals -3/2 x plus 2. Only one sign. Is it really necessary to put -0 there? Y equals -3/2 x plus 2. Both of those answers are great for me. Now the next one. Write the point-slope form. So we're going to write it in this form of an equation for a horizontal line. Oh boy, we better think about that a minute. That passes through the point 0, 5. So here's my point on the given line. What is the slope of every horizontal line in the world? Think about slope, dude. Horizontal line is no fun, no slope. That is a 0 slope. So filling in what I know, y minus 5 equals 0 times x minus 0. Wow. We could stop there because that is the form they asked for. We could simplify it a little bit. You know that 0 times absolutely everything in the world is 0. So I would have y minus 5 equals 0. I could go further. Y equals 5. Well, that makes sense. If I was going to graph this, my line where y equals 5 is a horizontal line there. But the question did ask for point-slope form, So I would ideally love this answer. Okay, in this lesson, we are going to manipulate equations into all different forms. So you will need to read very carefully. I am given this equation. What form did I give you? Hopefully you thought slope-intercept form. And I'm asking you to put it into standard form. So we're going to have to think back to the last unit. What are all the rules? First thing I'm going to do, is I'm just going to rewrite it so you can see as I manipulate it to move things around, kind of what I'm thinking. My brain is getting in front of my ink pen. Here we go. I need to get the x's over here, so I would subtract 3/4 x minus 3/4 x. Negative 3/4 x plus y equals, be very careful, that is a negative 5. All right, the rules for A, B, and C is I may not have any fractions. I have a fraction. Also, A may not be negative. So I'm going to multiply the entire equation by negative 4. Negative 4 gets rid of the negative in front of the x. The 4 will get rid of the fraction in front of the x. So I distribute to absolutely everything in the equation. 3x minus 4y equals positive 20. Take your time, show all your work. Things get done well that way. Okay, now write that equation into slope-intercept form. Think to yourself, what form did I give you here? Where are we starting? We're starting in point-slope form. There's the slope, there's the given point. I am asking you to go to slope-intercept form. Okay, let's take a minute and think about things. When I look at this equation, what is the slope of the line? Can you identify it? Hopefully you said 4/3. When I look at that same equation, what is my given ordered pair? Well, hopefully you say 3, 5. Here is your x, and there is your y. Okay, this is things we've been doing before. I'm looking for slope-intercept form. I put 5 in for y, 4/3 in for x, for m, 3 in for x, and solve for b. 5 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4 from both sides. You can no longer see the end of my page, so I'll work here. I get b equals 1. I have a slope of 4/3 and a y-intercept of positive 1. When you turn your page, you will see that you have multiple examples. They're very similar to the ones we just did. I would like you to pause the video. Actually, I'm going to pause the video, then I will show you the answers. In a second video, I will work my way through each one, so you will be able to pause, fast forward, find the one where you and I get different answers. So pause the video here for a few minutes. Please complete each of these questions, paying close attention to the form I gave you and the form I'm asking you to complete, and then play the next video to compare answers. Pause the video. Thank you for pausing. For the first one that you did by yourself, I got that answer in point slope form. For the second one that I asked you to do by yourself, I got that answer in point slope form. Here I gave you point slope form. I asked you to go to standard form, so my final equation is there. The next one with decimals, that was a doozy. What I did, point slope form to standard, I distributed. That got me slope intercept form. Not what I'm asking for. I proceeded on and I ended with standard form there. For the 4a, I gave you point slope. I asked for slope intercept. I gave you point slope. I asked for point intercept. In the next video, I am going to, give you a few additional examples. I will start with these in the next video so that if you have all of this correct, you do not need to watch the next video, but I have a couple I'd like to have you work through with me. So please jump to the next video.